Good evening, friends. Yes, there is a video playing. You also hear my beautiful voice behind that video. We will be cutting over, of course, in 1 second once we have my clicker in the right place. Good evening, everybody. James here, of course, your host for the Jackery Earth Day stream. Now, we got a bunch of very cool products, but let's just go about it, guys. Earth Day, of course, guys. Earth Day is a great little option, and of course, we got the Earth Day sale for you with some power stations that will actually do well for you. Now, before we get into the power stations, I'm going to mention that there are a few codes and, of course, deals on this stream today. First and foremost, guys, if you spend over $1,000, you can actually use that discount code down there in that banner to save 5% off of your purchase of over $1,000. Now, on top of that, we're going to talk about the other little piece. If you spend over $1,000, there's actually a carrying bag that you can get as well. Now, for those of you that may want to know about the other discount that you guys could get, well, if you buy the E300 Plus power station, you guys can get 50% off when you purchase the 40 Mini with it, which is actually the little solar panel, which is kind of cool. Now, Justin is in chat. Justin, welcome. Nice to see you here on time. Glad to see you. We also have Lois around here, guys, and Lois is from the Jackery team. So if you guys have questions or anything of the sort, please ask. One of us three will answer those questions for you. Now, with that, guys, we're going to be showing you guys systems that can get you living off of the grid and not having to pay that electric bill, or just quick emergency products. Now, what do I mean by quick emergency or entry-level system? I mean by littler systems that are just going to get you through a quick emergency in a pinch, or maybe just charge a device or two with that. Now, we're going to start the show off with, of course, the Jackery Explorer 100 Plus power station. The 100 Plus power stations are really phenomenal power station in a small package. Now, inside this product, you're going to get, of course, this nice little orange cable. This orange cable is, of course, a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is a 100-watt pass-through cable. Great little cable for you. Now, on this, you also have, of course, this adapter cable. This is going to be a DC to USB-C plug. This is going to be for your solar panel connections. Now, with this, it is 99 watt-hours of power, 31,000 milliamps in the palm of your hand. That's it, the palm of your hand. Honestly, this is nice, small sized. Now, with that, I'm gonna adjust my light real quick, guys. It's glaring right in my eye for that, so I wanted to adjust that. Now, with this, guys, you have 99 watt-hours of power, 31,000 milliamps, and under a 2-pound package. That's right. This literally weighs approximately 2 pounds. So you have no weight whatsoever. And then, of course, the size is kind of cool because that means guys can take it, of course, on traveling or other things. You guys can set that up and get it going and put it and take it wherever you want. That's actually kind of cool because you could do that. Take this on a plane. You could take it in your backpack, a car trip, a hiking trip, or whatever you want. Now, with this, you have 2 USB-C ports. Those USB-C ports are 100 watts max charge through. That means you can actually charge in and out with that 100 watts, and that's actually a great idea. You also have the USB-A port at 18 watts max charging capability with this. Now, it does have, of course, a display. You guys can see me turn it on. About 50% battery is still left in that. Now, the other day it was about 63%, but I did use it to charge my lighting gear remote control just earlier because, well, I had no way to turn my light on, and that was quite causing me confusion because I didn't realize the battery was dead. Kind of cool with this. Now, since you have that, I will tell you, this is normally a $150 price tag. It's actually 13% off, so it's about $129. Now, there's actually a $30 clippable coupon on Amazon as well, so you're going to save it and get it about at $99.99, right? That's a good deal for that. Now, with this, fully charged in under 2 hours, you can actually run a Nintendo Switch off of this for about 4 hours if you wanted to, or actually add a little portable monitor, or charge your phones with this. You should be able to get about 6 charges on your iPhone 14s off of this device with 31,000 milliamps of power. Now, LiFePO 4 cells, which is your lithium batteries, that's inside this. It does have, of course, intelligent BMS. It's also got a bunch of circuitry protections built in with this. It's the size of this device. Honestly, this is going to be a really good go-to product in a palm of your hand. Taking this on an airplane to make sure that your phone or your laptop is charged, like your MacBook or your little tablets that use a USB-C port to charge, this will do that, and it'll do it perfectly well. Should get you through a nice short plane ride with no problem on hand. Now, if you're like me, you use most of your phone battery up before you get to the airport. By the time you're on the plane, you're wondering what you're going to do with the rest of that time. Now, most of the people will probably sleep. Me, I don't sleep on planes. So having this to charge my phone up is a great option. The 100 Plus, guys, really, really great little piece right here. So definitely check that out if you guys are in the market for a nice little portable power station. Now with that, of course, guys, all of these power stations I'm going to show you guys tonight comes with a cable package. That one comes with just a USB-C and an adapter. Other ones, that product should hold a charge. If you are not using that product, it should hold a charge for over 12 months with no problem. It's a LiFePO 4 cell. It's not going to drain that. The only way that's going to drain that battery is if you're hitting the buttons and everything in between. The larger ones, you guys should be able to hold that charge even longer. Yeah, not a problem. Now with you guys, all of these kits are going to come with, of course, all these devices will come with a kit. It'll have a nice carrying bag. It'll have their logo, of course. Has a zipper, and inside here you're going to get all of the cabling you need. From, of course, your wall charging cable, like that. That one, the 100 Plus, is 31,000 milliamps. 31,000 milliamps. If not used regular, that's a good question. So if you're not using that regular, I'm going to say charge it at least probably once a year, but you may not need to if you're not using the battery. It should stay on there good. Now, with that being said, I will tell you guys, though, if you're storing it in colder areas, yes, you can keep it stored in cold stuff, but if you're storing it in colder temperatures, it will need to charge because batteries in cold do trickle, of course, the charge. Now, with that, of course, right here, guys, is the cigarette lighter style plug. You're also going to get user manuals and everything else for these kits. So let's put this back up so I'm not tripping over these in a while. Now, we're going to move over, of course, to the big brother of the 100 Plus, and that's going to be the 240. Now, still a nice little portable entry-level system that can fit in the palm of your hand. This only weighs approximately about 6 pounds, right? A little over 6 pounds, I think, with this one. Not a much weight. Now, 240 watt-hours of power with this. One AC outlet. That AC outlet, hey, Sheila, I did not see you in there. Julia, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Guys, 240 watt-hours of power, one AC outlet. That means you're going to be able to plug in like your lamps, your little mini fridges, your Nintendo Switches, all into this plug and use it off of that. You also get 2 USB-A ports. Those USB-A ports are going to do 5-volt 2.4 amps. You also get a DC input and a DC output. Now, with this one, you have a fixed handle. That's the way you're going to carry it with that fixed handle. It has their big, beautiful logo. On the side has their cooling technology, of course. That's going to keep those individually wrapped LiFePO cells nice and cool. Now, you do have a display on this one. Now, the display does look a little bit different right there, but still nice and bright so you can read it. Has silicone pads on the bottom, guys, so you can set it on surfaces without having to worry about the surfaces getting damaged. Now, with this is normally like a $239 price tag. It's like 9% off tonight, so it's like $219. But there is a $40 clippable coupon on Amazon for this. Now, to charge it, you have 3 different ways you can charge this. Wall plug, cigarette lighter plug, or, of course, solar panel. If you're using the wall plug, about 3.5 hours, it's all going to take to charge this device. If you're using a car outlet, guys, the 240 is going to take approximately 5 hours to charge. Now, if you're using, let's say, a solar panel, it's going to take about 5 hours with the Solar Saga 100 panel as well with that. Now, runtime is going to be cool with this because, guys, you'll be able to charge approximately your phone 24 times off of the 240. Now, if you guys want to run like a Nintendo Switch, you can do that, or your drone gear, your camera gear, your light gears, or other pieces. It's a nice little portable piece. 4 different outlets, of course, and a nice display. Does this have low mAh? No. So your 240 watt hours of power is going to be a lot more milliamps per hour than the 100 plus on this one. Way more. This one goes, of course, by watts per hour over the milliamps. So this is going to be able to do like 24 phones. So if you do the math of 24 phones at that, you're going to be, depending on the phone. Let's go there. So this is higher power. This one over the 100 plus is way higher power. Yeah. So 240 does have more power. Yeah, not a problem. Now, with that, guys, like I was talking about, you guys can do like charging your camera batteries off of that. Of course, it's going to be like these ranging from like 8-volt style on up, of course. Now, this, I believe, is approximately a 1240 milliamp battery. So 1240 milliamp battery. Now, of course, that's the 240. We're going to show you the 300 as well, guys. The 300 is another portable, nice little piece. Now, the 300 is actually 21% off tonight. It's got a little bit more power than the 240, ranging in at like 293 watt hours of power. Now, Justin actually has this one. He uses it for his keystone lighting. You guys probably don't see all the keystone lighting around me like this one right here, but I use that with that. How long does it take to charge this off one panel? About 4.5 hours. Skippy, it'll take about 4.5 hours to charge this device off a Solar Saga 100. The Solar Saga 100 is only 100 watts at 18 volts of charge rate, though. So about 4.5 hours with that. If you want to do it, guys, wall plug to 3.5 hours. So still not that bad. Now with this, 293 watt hours of power, has 2 AC outlets. Those AC outlets are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave connectability. But it's going to take about 600 max if you really needed to. Now you have 2 USB-A ports, 1 USB-C port. That USB-C port is a 60 watt in and out port. You also have the DC plug and of course that cigarette lighter plug on the side. Now with this you still have the fixed handle and of course their logo, and on the back some nice little orange lighting. But on the back also, guys, if you need to register for the warranty, there's a serial number right where I'm pointing. I'm not going to, well, right over here, but I'm not going to show it all the way out. Now with it, still silicone pads right on the bottom. There's still a $40 clippable coupon on this one. Runtime with this one's going to be kind of cool, because you can actually plug this in and run your Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours with this. Yeah. This is... The regular 300 is 2 hours. Yeah, so you're actually talking about the 300 plus, and we'll get to that one a little later. So this is the Explorer version. The 300 plus is actually their newer version. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the plus is a LiFePo 4. Now with this, guys, this is actually still literally 7 pounds. Can be taken, carried, used everywhere as you need, but can run a lot of stuff, including your camera gear, lighting gear, and everything in between. You can even connect up a mini fridge to this. If you really wanted to, you can run your lights off of this, like your lamps if you need in emergencies. Take it hiking, take it camping, and have a quick emergency or a great usage with this. Now, this is going to be great for, let's say, a nice sack out pack or, bug out pack. If you guys want to have charge on there for quick emergencies, maybe you guys are in a prone area where power goes out and you want to make sure that people know that you're okay, use it to charge your phones. I mean, literally, this has got 293 watt hours of power. You're going to be able to charge your phone quite a bit off of this. It's the weight and carryability with this. Yeah, so the Plus series are their newer versions. We're going to be getting into those in a second. They do have a bunch of different technologies in a lot of these. So 300, guys, is a great option for you if you're looking for a nice small entry-level systems. The 240, the 300, the 100 Plus is definitely a way to go. Now we're going to be moving into a larger system, and we're going to talk about the 500, right? So the 500, of course, if I can actually get onto the right thing. Let's go over to the 500. We're actually going to change views. Now, on this table, I have a bunch of other cool products. We're going to talk about the 500, which is actually right in the middle. We're going to zoom on in there, right there. I'm going to take a sip of water. I do apologize, everybody. Allergies are not my friend this year. 500. 500 is actually cool because it is 518 watt hours of power in this device, right? So you have that power that you would want to have with the product. Now, with it, of course, you have one single AC outlet. We can bring this closer. You have a display that comes on. You guys can see it still has the fixed handle. But on the side, it actually has a flashlight built in for you. So you guys do have the flashlight right here, right? Now, if you hold that flashlight down, it's going to go into SOS pattern with that as well for you. Now, you don't have to use that if you don't want to. Now, it does have the 500 watts of pure sine wave power on the 110 volt plug, but you can do 1,000 watts peak if you really needed to. Now, this has got 3 USB-A ports, 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter port, and 2 DC plugs that are all output. Each one is individually switched. It will show you guys the wattage being input and wattage output with this. Now, with this, you'd be able to run a lot more stuff off of this. It's going to take, though, about 5.5 hours to fully charge it on a wall plug. If you're using a single Solar Saga 100 panel, it should be charged in about 7.5 hours, and that's not bad. Now, the cool thing is if you are charging off of the solar panel, you can still run other plugs and have output power going off of that. Just know, though, if you're using more power going out than you are charging in, it may not charge at the proper rate of discharge and recharge, so you will have to deal with that as you go. Now, with this, though, you should be able to run, like, say, a 45 watt flat screen TV for about 7 hours of runtime with this. Now, the 500 is approximately 13 pounds of weight, though, so it does have a little bit more weight for you. Now, if you're using, let's say, that little mini ice chest that you take to the beach or your camping trips, about 9 hours of runtime with that. It's not a bad deal. If you guys want, you can do the little notebooks or little tablets, guys, for about 30 hours of runtime off of this one. Now, you can definitely use it to run other devices, let's say like your little air compressors to air up your car tires. You should be able to get about 80 minutes of runtime with that, or even electric blankets, you get around 4 hours of usage time. So that means if you guys have a power outage and you're cold, plug in that heated blanket, warm up, and you should be good for another 4 hours or so. Yeah, the 300 Plus is definitely newer technology. It's got a lot of newer stuff with that. Now, the 500, guys, is a great, great product. There is actually a $150 clippable coupon on the 500 as well. Now, with these guys, these are all silent devices, so you're not going to really hear these devices running at all, which is kind of cool. So you don't have to worry about hearing loud fans or loud charge cycles with this. They are pretty much silent. I think even the largest one's about 30 decibels of noise, so that's actually very accessible. That is way less decibels than me talking at all. So 500, if you guys need or have any questions about the 500, definitely ask. We will answer that. 500 is going to be a great one. Now we're going to move over to its brother right next to it. Now that is actually the 1000. Hey Darthwing, what's up, buddy? Hey Shipro, man, how you doing, man? Now the 1000, guys, we're going to get into this. This is, of course, a larger system. This 1000 is going to do 1002 watt hours of power. It does have 3 AC outlets at 1,000 watts of peak sine wave, or not peak sine wave, but pure sine wave. And a pure sine wave power is actually kind of cool because that means you're not having spikes of power going through and going towards your device. Power spikes are never good, and since it's a pure sine wave, you don't have to worry about those spikes. Hey Phil, what's up, buddy? Now with it, of course, guys, 5 hours to charge 1,002 watt hours of power, which isn't a big deal. Now with this one, though, you have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and of course, different connectabilities. You also have the actual 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. Now, the one thing I will tell you is, just like the 500, it does have a flashlight. If I get up and kind of move it, guys, you'll be able to see the flashlight from here on the side. Now, on this, you do have a different plug on the front. That's going to be your solar panel plug to charge with the solar panel. So this one is, of course, they're a little bit older technology, so it's got almost like an alligator clip for that one. Now, with this, since you have 1,002 watt hours of power, you're going to be able to run a bunch of other stuff that the other ones couldn't run. And that's going to be like, let's say, your electric griddle, your coffee makers, your flat screen TV for about 9 hours, that 3-watt light bulb, or most LED light bulbs, about 65 hours of runtime. Your mini cooler, about 13 hours. Electric blanket, though, you're going to get about 11 hours of runtime with that. And that's actually kind of cool to be able to get that much more runtime. Some other devices that you probably could run off of this that I don't normally say on this one is like CPAP machines. So if you guys have an oxygen machine and you need to have it while you're sleeping, plug your CPAP machine into this and it should run all night with no problem. Now with this though, this is just the device alone. It weighs about 22 pounds, which is not bad. And 1,000 watts, of course, it does and will peak at 2,000 watts of power. So if you do need to plug in something a little bit bigger, you can do that. Now, normally this is like $99.99. It's, I think, $629 tonight, which is what I'm seeing on the carousel. Let me make sure. Is that correct? It's what I see. That's actually a really good price, 37% off. Now, I'm also seeing a clippable coupon, so definitely check that out as well. Now, with that, guys, we also have the device and a solar panel. Now, we have the Jackery Explorer 1000 plus 2 solar panel kit. This is normally like $1649. There's a $650 kit with that. Is there a 500 plus? No, there is no 500 plus system. Not that I've had hands-on with. There was a 700 plus, but I do know there's some new ones coming with that. There's a 1000 plus system. It's a good question. I don't know about the 500 plus. Now, guys, like I was saying, you can get the 1000 right here. Plus, you can get 2 of the solar panels in this kit right here. And this is actually the solar panel. This is a great, great panel right here. Now, there's a $650 clippable coupon tonight, so you guys can clip that off and save you some money. It's a great deal. And this panel is actually a really, really nice one. That beautiful solar panel. You get 2 of that in this kit for this one, so it's a great deal. Yeah. So yeah, not to my knowledge, there's no 500 plus. Now, technically, I don't work for Jackery. I'm doing these streams for them. I have what products they have sent me. I do know there are new products on the horizon, which actually I was checking out last night. And there's some pretty exciting stuff though, so kind of cool. You guys want to see a larger system? We can move out of the entry-level systems. Let's move over to the 2000 system. This is going to be, I think the 2000 Pro is what we're moving to. Yep. We're going to move over to the 2000 Pro with solar panels. Now, the 2000 Pro is definitely a larger system. Normally, this kit's like $3,600. It's actually 47% off tonight. It's like $18.99. Now, with that being said, I bounce over here and you're probably wondering, well, where's the 2000 Pro? Well, let's move over to the opposite side where it's being blocked. Actually, move that over. So this is the 2000 Pro, guys. The 2000 Pro is actually 2,160 watt hours of power. It does have 3 AC outlets. These AC outlets are going to do 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power through those plugs. Now, with this one, you do have a flashlight, but that does have a cover. If I hit it, it'll do 3 modes of lighting, and it actually gets quite bright with that one. And, of course, SOS pattern, which I don't recommend running that often while I'm doing videos. With this one, though, it is the newer body style, and it does have, of course, the handle that does, of course, fold up into the body just like that. It's kind of cool to have a handle. Now, with it, this one actually has 2 USB-C ports. Those USB-C ports are going to do 100 watts of max charging capability for like your power-hungry MacBook Airs or your Apple tablets or any other devices like that. Maybe you have a gaming laptop that charges from USB-C. You could do that with that. Now, they don't just leave it at that. They give you guys 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max, which are going to be great for like your Samsung devices or even your lighting gear or other pieces with this. Now, with this one, though, it's got the newer actual screen with a nice dark background and a much higher contrast colorway. So you have that nice orange that's going to show you guys the battery, but it also has the white writing with that as well. And, of course, the output and input is larger on the screen as well on top of that. Now, they still have your 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter for, like, your air mattresses or trying to air up or use a fuzz duster. Most people don't realize what that is. And that's going to be like your old handheld dust busters for your car and stuff. Now, with this kit, it comes with 2 of the Solar Saga 200-watt panels. And that is a large solar panel. Fully waterproof, water-resistant. It's going to do well for you. Now, the charge rate on this one's going to be about 2 hours on a wall plug if you need. 24 hours on a cigarette lighter in your car. Now, this is where it's going to get good, though, because the 2160 watt hours of power means you're going to be able to run more devices at higher rates of energy. So let's say window AC. You should be able to run 1100 watt window AC for approximately 2 hours off of this. Now, unlike the others, you will be able to connect up your house refrigerator to this device. So your 520 watt double door refrigerator will be able to run for about 3.25 hours or so, depending on how much you're using that. Now, just because you have it plugged in does not mean you should be opening that refrigerator door all the time. You're trying to save your food by using this. So do know that, keeping it closed will keep it colder longer. Now, of course, you definitely can plug in a microwave. Now, microwaves are actually really power-hungry devices. You are only going to get approximately 90 to 96 minutes of runtime on a microwave on this device. Now, yes, you can do it, but it is a power-hungry device. But a better idea is since it's actually getting warmer out, why not do a backyard party, set up a movie night, play a projector off it, and, of course, a projector screen, connect up a blender, make margaritas and daiquiris or a Bluetooth speaker or other devices and have fun in the backyard. I like that idea. Now, yes, it is a larger system. This one is like less than 53 decibels. It should still range around 30 decibels or so. Now, I would definitely do a decibel test right now, but I have a lot of background noise that you guys can't hear because I have background removal software. Now, with it, of course, it has their Class 9 drop protection, individually wrapped LiFePO4 cells, which is actually a really cool idea. Their cooling technology, and it also has, of course, voltage monitoring systems. It's got everything you would expect, including the intelligent BMS. Now, your intelligent BMS is what's your battery management system. That battery management system is going to determine what power is actually need to be drawn or input and output. So if you plug in a phone, it's going to be like, oh, this phone only needs, let's say, 12 watts of power to charge. And that's where the intelligent battery management system is going to come into play. Or it's going to say, oh, we're inputting at 100 watts of charge rate off a solar panel right now. That's what's pulling it in. And the intelligent battery management system is kind of cool. Now, the temperature sensors is actually good because it's going to keep charge of how hot those batteries are charging at. Because you don't want a battery to get hot while it's charging. You want to keep it cool. So that charge system will actually keep track of that with the temperature system and cohorts together. And that's kind of cool that it has all that. Any questions about the 2000 Pro, guys? Please ask. Definitely here to answer for that one. It's a good price point, actually, for that system. And, of course, 2 of those solar panels. Really good one. Now, with that, we can talk about their largest standalone system. Now, what do I call standalone system? A standalone system is like a non-modular system. It's just the system. You can't add batteries. You can't add other things except for solar panels or wall plugs. Now, the 3000 Pro does work with an app. Now, Jackery does have an app. The app works on all of the Plus series systems and, of course, the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro system, if I pop over here and turn on the app, hopefully I don't have to log in, but it should show you guys right there. 3000 Pro is down there on top. You also have the 700 Plus. The 700 Plus is actually a system I have as well. If we turn on the power of the system, I forgot to do that, we'll have it come on. Once it comes on, you guys will see it's going to start showing you guys the charge rate right there. It does say 99% charged. It's also showing you guys it's actually sitting about 24.9 Celsius of temperature range. Now with that, you can and will be able to turn on and off your plugs on the app. That means if you left your homestead, your camp, your RV, your home, and you forgot to shut something off, you hit that plug, it will turn on or off. Now, when I hit that, the green light comes on the back. Hopefully, you guys can kind of see that. If you can't, we'll pop over here and do this so you guys can actually see that. And I'll hit it again. And that green light will actually shut off. Now, you can do that with the DC side as well. Now, inside the app, of course, it has other things you can do, of course, like steady time, shortly on time, off time, or if I really want to, I can go in here and edit the name of the device. I can edit the charging settings, which means like I can do fast charging, or I can do what's called quiet charging mode, which is going to be like eco mode and stuff like that. Now, you also have battery management, fully use or battery save mode. And you also have what's called energy saving mode, where it will shut off and only allow you to run it for a certain amount of time. It's a great little app, very accessible. Now, the app is, of course, usable, and you can get it on Android or iOS without an issue with this. Now, the 3000, of course, right back here, if I move down a little bit, you guys are going to see it's a nice, large design. This device does weigh 64 pounds alone. Now, what we're showing you guys tonight is a full kit. It's the power station and 2 solar panels. Now, normally, like a $39.99 price tag, it's like going to be about $27.99 tonight with that clippable coupon. Plus, use that 5% code down on the bottom, save yourself another 5%, and get a carrying bag as well. Now, with the 3000 Pro, guys, 3024 watt hours of power. It's going to be able to charge in about 2.5 hours on a wall plug, which is a great deal. Now with this, you are going to be able to run, let's say, your 65 watt flat screen TV off of this device for about 35 hours. Now you'll also be able to run your window AC for about 3 hours, your 520 watt refrigerator for over 5 hours. Now what this does different than the other ones is that it's got 5 AC outlets right here. 4 standard American style 3-prong AC outlets that do 3000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6000 watts. You also get the larger style plug here that's going to be good for, let's say, like your EV car plug. It's also going to work for your TIG or MIG welders, and it also has, of course, nice large carrying handle on the side that you can grab and lift if you need to lift this. Yes, Jackery does have a warranty for these devices. Yes. It's a 5-year warranty for these. Well, at least for the 3000, I believe, is a 5-year warranty. Skippy, if you have some of the other questions, if Justin's not answering, you guys can always come over on the Jackery side as well. We do have people over here as well. Now, with this, though, guys, you're going to be able to do it, but we're going to show you guys some cool stuff, because I do have this right here. Let's drop that off and let's show you guys this. Because this does weigh 64 pounds, they actually added wheels to this one. The wheels are large 3-inch wheels. It actually has a handle that will fold up inside itself. It like literally telescopics out, so you can actually pull it out. Now, it is an aluminum handle, and it can handle the weight. Now, just like I was saying, guys, there are other images that we can show you. This has got like 12 forms of protection, 9 temperature sensors built into this one, which is great. You need to make sure it's running cool and it's safe for you. Now on that, like I said, guys, iOS or Android right there for you. If you need it, check it out. The Jackery app will help you with this device. Now, of course, what can you run off of it? Your window AC, like I said, a refrigerator, that 5-watt, 3-watt to 5-watt light bulb, up to about 220 hours of runtime with that. That's kind of cool with that. Now, we can get into this more ranges of other devices, because you can technically run or TIG or MIG welder off of this. Now, a welding machine, guys, is a very powerful device. You should be able to run a welding machine, a 6,000 watt welding machine, for about an hour. That's kind of crazy, but yes, when you think about it, an hour of runtime on a TIG or MIG welder is phenomenal. You guys could use, let's say, here we go. This is a kind of cool one. You live in a house, your power's out. How do you get water up from the ground? Most people have an electric well. Well, if you need to run that 60 watt well pump off of it, plug it into this and you'll get about 32 hours of runtime with that well pump. Now, for those of you that are running like a shop equipment, you could run, let's say, a 600 watt angle grinder for about 6 hours. Your electric drill for over 6 hours. Your electric chainsaws. Now, most of those are going to be about 1,300 watts, but you can do that. You could run inverter heaters. You can run your RV equipment off of this. Let's say like your TVs, your awnings, and other things if you really wanted to. Your 60 watt car refrigerators, like your smaller refrigerators, 43 hours of runtime. Movie night, like I suggested earlier, you'll get about 21 hours of runtime off a projector. Most of those projectors are around 100 watts of power rating. Cy, how you doing, man? How you doing, Cy? For those of you that really love coffee, over 5 hours of runtime on a coffee pot. Now, since this is actually a larger style, you can plug in your house stoves into this, and that's going to be like your 4-burner stoves and your ovens. You're going to get about 3 hours of runtime off of that. So a lot of stuff can be plugged into this and ran off of it. Now, of course, this station does come with 2 of the Solar Saga 200 panels at a phenomenal price point. $27.99 is a great price point for that. Now, for those of you that were talking about the newer ones like the 300 plus, we're going to show you guys that right now, of course. Now, the 300 plus goes into their newer style, has a handle. Handle, of course, can be put back and forth with this. Now, with this one, though, they move around away from the round DC plug to, of course, the actual wall plug of the larger size. With this, you have 200, and I think this one's 288, like 288 watt hours of power off this one. Now, the cool part is you do have 300 watts of pure sine wave power through that one plug if you really needed to. Now, of course, you have 2 USB-C ports. One of those is an in and out port. The other is just an out port. Now, it's going to do 100 watts of charging capability through that. And you have a USB-A port. That USB-A port is actually only 15 watts on this one. Now, you do have, of course, that flashlight that's going to work out well for you. Of course, it has a SOS pattern. Also has that nice high contrast, of course, screen. Now, with this, though, the 300 Plus is kind of cool. I like the 300 Plus. It's going to be able to do a lot of stuff. Now, fully charged, this device can be fully charged in under an hour and a half off the wall plug alone. If you want to use just that USB-C port, you can have it fully charged in under 3 hours. And that's actually really, really cool to be able to do that. Now, runtime, though, you'll be able to charge your iPhones about 13 times off of this, run your house fan for about 4.5 hours. Your Nintendo Switch, of course, you'll be able to run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours off of this. I think it was like 38 to 40 hours with the Nintendo Switch, but that's actually a good piece with that. And that's kind of cool that you actually get that on hand with this little piece, because it is a nice traveling companion, because you could use this for camping and other pieces. This weighs 5 pounds. It's not heavy. It is a LiFePO 4 cell with this one. It does still have, of course, silicone pads and, of course, cooling all the way around. Now, the one thing I haven't talked about is the Class 9 drop protection. The Class 9 drop protection is up to a certain height. I will tell you, though, I dropped my 240 approximately 9 feet, and it did not damage it. Now, I don't recommend tossing it 9 feet in the air, but, you know, small dings and bangs around should be fine with these devices. It's just one of them things. This is a cool one. I actually like this. Now, with that being said, guys, you have the option of buying this with the Mini 40. Now, the Mini 40 is a nice little cool solar panel. Now, the solar panel, of course, is going to be a kit. It comes with this, but it comes with the Mini 40. The Mini 40 is a beautiful little solar panel that is, of course, notebook sized. That is the size right there, guys. This is your 40-watt solar panel. Now, the solar panel just has, of course, their logo on there. Has eye ringlets to help tie it down in winds. Is a magnetic clasp to open it up. And when you open it, you're going to be greeted with the monocrystalline solar cells. Now, this is actually going to be able to be used in wet weather. So you can use this in the rain with no problem. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's it. No. That is your solar panel. It folds out, of course, 4 times. It's a trifold design, but has 4 panels of charging capability with this. Now, this is actually a cool little piece. It's like 21% off, or actually it's like $2.99 for this if you need this. And this is actually a good one, guys. So this is a cool little solar panel. I love this solar panel because it's that portable. I can put it in a backpack and not have to worry about it. Thing. I like this. If we, Lois, somebody's asking if they purchase it off of Amazon, do they get the extended warranty like you would through their website? So that is, of course, the 300 plus and the Mini 40, but we also have the option of the 300 plus and the 100-watt solar panel. Now, that is going to be like 14% off, but there is a $50 clippable coupon. Now, the one thing I didn't mention is the actual charge time of that device with the Mini 40 is about 7 hours. You add that 100-watt panel, of course, it's going to cut that time down there quite a bit. Now, the full kit with the 100-watt solar panel is going to be about 11 pounds. It's not that heavy. Oh, allergies, guys, allergies. Don't recommend them to anybody. Of course, the 300 plus, guys, beautiful piece of technology. Now, with that, of course, there's a bunch of different coupons for you guys tonight, so definitely check those coupons out. I will kind of share that right there for you guys. And for the other ones, we'll share it over there as well. Cool little pieces. Now, we're going to get into this. We're going to move into modular systems. I believe, Skippy, if you look at the Amazon pages, some of them do say they have the warranty, so you should be fine. I would not be worried about that. Now, we're going to move into the 1000 plus. Now, the 1000 plus is technically a modular system because it can be added onto with extra batteries. Now, we're going to move up to, of course, preset 3, which is at the top. We're going to drop down slightly, and we're going to zoom on in. The 1000 plus is right there on that top as a 1264 watt-hour power device. Now with this, since the Plus series does work with your apps, and the apps can control all of these switches. Now with this, of course, if I hold down the power button, it will turn on, of course, the actual screen. Show you guys about 82% power of the battery that's left in this charge because I've been using it. It has, of course, the flashlight right here. Multi-modes, and, of course, SOS with that. Now, on top of that, you have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, 100 watts, and 18 watts. Now, it is, of course, a 1000-watt design, but it has 2000 watts of pure sine wave power through these 3 AC outlets, of course. Now, 2000 watts is a great deal of power for this. Still has, of course, the nice little 12-volt, 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. Has the handle that does, of course, fold up with this. Now, this device is actually kind of cool. Because it does do 2000 watts of pure sine wave power, it means you guys can actually plug in larger devices and run it off of this. Now, your charge rate's going to be a little bit different with this one. It's going to be a little under 2 hours fully charged on a wall plug. If you have multiple solar panels, about 4 hours. Your car cigarette lighter is going to be about 7 hours of charge rate with that. Now, of course, the device alone should allow you to run a window AC for about an hour because it is 1264 watt hours. Most of those 10,000 watt BTU fan or window ACs are going to be about 1150 watts. So you should be able to get about an hour or so of runtime. Now, with the 1000 plus, guys, there's actually a $150 clippable coupon for you tonight on the Amazon page as well. Now with that though, we actually have the 1000 plus solar panel kit. Now the 1000 plus solar panels is actually going to be the 100 Solar Saga panels. This kit's normally like $1,700. Tonight is $14.99. Plus there's a $250 clippable coupon. Plus there's that 5% clippable or discount code that I have down there for you. Use it all, save yourself some money. The solar panels, of course, if you have 4 of those solar panels, you should be able to charge this full device in under 4.5 hours. With 2 of these panels, it's going to take approximately 5.5 to 6 hours, I think, with that. So not a bad time to charge, but not also the worst time. Now, since I told you guys it is a modular system, we're going to talk about it and the battery on the opposite side. Because yes, you can actually use this device with the battery. Now we have the full 1000 plus kit here. This kit is actually 2,528 watt hours of power because it's the power station and the battery. Now on top of that, it also comes with those 2 solar panels. Now normally a $2,400 price tag, it's got a $350 clippable coupon to save you some money. Now with that though, it is a modular system. You can connect up to 3 of these batteries to this system. That's going to give you over 5 kilowatts of hour power. Now this battery does have, of course, a display that's going to show you guys the battery rate. Also has a handle to carry around. Now it does come with the included cable to connect it up to said power station with a nice large orange cable so you can link it up. You're going to go from A to B to all 3 batteries, or just the single battery if you only purchase the single battery. Now with it, since you guys are getting the single battery, the station, and 2 solar panels, that means you doubled your runtime on your window ACs and other devices that you're connecting up to it. And that's actually a really cool idea to be able to do that, to have a modular system. This is actually really great for, like, let's say RVs, emergencies, your homes, or anything else in between if you need a nice little system at a smaller size. Great little price. Great price, great size, perfect little piece. Now, of course, we're going to move on with their largest modular system. This is going to be the 2000 plus system. Now, the 2000 plus, of course, is down there. It actually has some LED lighting to plug into it. Those LED lights you guys see in the middle are actually connected up to the station. Take another sip of water. Now, 2000 plus is actually a good price point. It's like $17.99 tonight. It's going to give you about 2,042 watt hours of power. Can do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power through those 4 AC outlets. Now, those AC outlets are going to be the standard 3-prong AC outlets, but you also get that 5th one up top that can do like your TIG or MIG welders. This device can be charged in 2 hours on a wall plug, or about 25 hours in a cigarette lighter device. Now, if you want, add 6 solar panels, have it charged in 2 hours off 6 solar panels. Now, with it, though, it's about 30 decibels of noise. Has, of course, that telescopic and wheels, which we showed you guys a little minute ago. It looks just like that. Does work with the app, so you're good there as well. Now, you're going to get approximately 4,000 charge cycles off of this device for a 10-year lifespan before the battery starts to slightly degrade. Now, you're going to get, of course, up to, I think it's something like 62 forms of protection. It's got 10 product UL certifications on this one, so it's like class 10 protections. Running devices. You can run a TIG or MIG welder for a little over a half an hour off of this device if you wanted to. Now, you could run a chop saw, wood saws, your CPAP machine about 150 hours, your 1150 watt window AC for about 2 hours of runtime, your 520 watt refrigerator for a little over 3 hours, or your microwave for about an hour and a half. Now, for those of you that want to use it for your professional power equipment, from your saws, your lawnmowers, your angle grinders, your chop saws, your electric impact wrenches, you could do all of that off of this without a problem whatsoever, because it has the connectability and the power for it. Now, for those of you that want to use it in your RV for, let's say, like your little portable freezers, About 26 hours of runtime off that portable freezer. That's a good amount of time. And of course, that price tag, guys, $17.99 is a good price tag. There's also a $200 clippable coupon and that little banner code that we have there. Now, we also have the 2,000 plus solar panels in the carousel for you guys tonight. That means you're going to get, of course, the 2 Solar Saga 200-watt panels and the 2,000 plus system. That price tag's normally like $3,300. It's $3,099, but there's also a $600 clippable coupon on the webpage as well for you. Hey, that's a good deal. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? How's Jennifer doing tonight? So 2 options right there, guys, for you. But remember, I told you guys it's a modular system. The 2,000 plus can be ran with a battery. Now, we're going to show you guys the 4,000 kit. That's going to be the power station that you see there, plus the battery sitting right above it. That means you're going to double your battery or runtime up to 4,085 watt hours of power. That means you just doubled your runtime off of everything with this. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, I think that price tag is like $2,999 for that system, which isn't a bad deal if you guys need that one. So, great little piece. Awesome little option. I'm doing all right. Can't complain. What I will recommend, guys, is getting the full-on kit, the full 4,000 kit. That's going to be this power station, that battery, and 2 of the solar panels for about, I'm going to say, I think it's like $37.99 tonight. So that's a good deal, but also use that 5% clippable coupon. Now, I did tell you guys it is a modular system. We showed you guys it can have a battery, but what I did not tell you is you can actually add 5 batteries to this system. That's going to give you guys 12 kilowatts of hour power. Now, since you guys are over that certain amount of power range, you guys can unlock a 30% tax credit. You will have to reach out to, of course, the Clean Energy System, or I can't remember what website it is, but you'll get a tax credit for having a certain amount of power energy saving with this. Now, technically, you can actually pair 2 of these power stations together and add 10 batteries total to give you guys 24 kilowatts of hour power. That means literally you could run your house or live off of the grid with this one. You don't have to have that. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I mean, it is, of course, on let me do this. So it's also on Amazon right there. So it is under the Amazon listing for that right there. So for some of those show that one, some will show a little bit different. So I do apologize for that. Oh, you were talking about the 300 plus. My bad. Yeah, I think Lois may have missed that question. I do apologize for that. Yeah, so guys, we talked about the systems. Let's talk about the solar panels. We're going to start off with, of course, the Jackery Explorer 40 Mini, which we just showed you guys a little bit ago. This is the 40 Mini. This is like $129.99 for this one. There's actually a clippable coupon if you buy the 300 plus this piece. Now, the 40 Mini is fully waterproof, IP68 water resistant in harsh and wet weather, and of course has that monocrystalline solar cells. Now, this is actually going to work on quite a few different little of their devices, from the 100 plus, the 240 plus, the 300 plus, and the 500 power station. So you can do that. You will need, of course, the cabling. It does come with one cabling. Some of them may need another, but cool little piece. It is actually nice and portable. I love the portability of the 40 Mini. I definitely recommend the 40 Mini if you guys want a nice and portable little mini solar panel. And a great little price point with this. But let's get into their larger panel. Let's talk about the 100. Now, the 100-watt panel is going to be compatible with the 240, the 300, the 300 plus, the 500, the 1000, the 1000 plus, and the 1500 power station. This, of course, is the Solar Saga 100 panel. It does have, of course, this nice little Velcro kickstand on each side. Has a pocket. This pocket, if you unzip it, is going to have that 9.5-foot cable to plug into your solar panel or your power stations. Now, this kit actually has an adapter, so it can fit two different styles of the plugs. Now, on top of that, you're going to see that nice little orange plug down there. That plug down there is actually a USB-C and a USB-A charging port. That means you guys can charge phones off of this if you really wanted to. Kind of cool. I like that little idea right there. Now, with this, fully water resistant and waterproof, guys. Use it in harsh and wet weather with no problem. Has an ETFE laminated case. Has actually earth magnets that hold it together, so you guys will see that I pop it apart, but it'll latch back closed. Now, when we open this, it is a nice, large panel. So right there, guys, you can see, of course, the monocrystalline solar cells. It's going to grab about 23.5% more efficiency with this, even in low light settings, which is kind of cool. Now, hopefully you guys can see the lighting gear trying to capture the actual on the panel. You guys can see that reflection. That's how it's going to work with this. So really, really cool piece. Now, this is like, I think, $299 for the solar panel. It's a great, great solar panel. But of course, we don't even have that. We have their larger one. I would definitely pull the large one out, but it's so hard to handle in this area. So we're going to show you guys a cool little video of the 200 Solar Saga panel. Now, the 200-watt solar panel is actually 29% off today. It's a great price point for you. Now, we do have, of course, this little video of it in action. Now, IP68 water resistant with this one, and it actually is compatible with the 1500 Pro, the 2000 Pro, the 2000 Plus, and the 3000 Pro system with that. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, with it, of course, guys, fully water resistant in harsh and wet weather and can be used in, of course, dust. When it's dirty, hose it down, wash it off, and you're good to go. Now, with this one, you're going to get about 24.3% more conversion efficiency with this device on it. It's going to take you approximately 15 to 30 seconds to set it up in the yard or wherever you're using it. Does come with, of course, a beautiful little case. That case has actually got a zipper and a clasp, but inside there is a pocket. That pocket's going to have your 9.5-foot cable. That 9.5-foot cable does have, of course, a straight angled connection and, of course, a 90-degree angled connection to plug into the back of your device. Now, with that, you're going to see me plug it into the 3000 Pro system. When I connect it up, you're also going to see me switch over to the screen. Between the time I switched over is probably 30 to 40 seconds of switch over time. In that time, you're going to see that screen go 0 to 153 watts of charge rate power off of that single solar panel. That's crazy how quick it starts converting that power. Right there, I clicked it, I hit the switch, and I came over, grabbed the camera. And now, of course, you're going to see right here, hopefully you guys can kind of see it, about 153 watts of power going into that. Amazingly fast and beautifully well done off a single cable. Plug in 6 of those, and of course, you guys are good to go. This has actually got a $140 clippable coupon, which brings it down to like $4.99 tonight. That's a great deal for the solar panel. So a bunch of amazing deals with all of these products tonight for their Earth Day sales, guys. These discounts are going to last till the 28th. So you do have, of course, till the 28th to get all of these deals up and going. Now, hopefully we showed you guys products you like, answered some questions that you needed answered. Skippy, I appreciate that. I'm glad you could find that. And there's Lois with the actual answer as well. But yeah, so if you purchase it off of Amazon, yes, you do still get the warranty because it's still purchased through them. You just have to register your warranty. That's all there is. Any other questions, guys? Now, before we go, I will share, of course, that list of discounts one more time for everybody. That way you guys have it on hand. We don't want you guys to miss these right here. Let's see if I can paste that, show you guys all that right there. So there's all those codes again, and we'll share them over here as well. So guys, bunch of cool products. Earth Day is always a well thought out time. Now with that, guys, that's all I got to show you guys tonight. Any other questions about any products before we go? I don't see none over there. Let's check the other chats. Don't see nothing there. No, I don't see anything. So, guys, remember these deals do last till the 28th, of course. Don't miss out on them while they are still here. With that, guys, I want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We hope to see you guys on the next stream. I believe I'm back here on the 28th, I think. Of course. With that, guys, I hope you guys have a great evening. I truly appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next. It is definitely past my bedtime. Not really. Later, guys. Have a good one. Hey, I appreciate that, Skippy. Really do. Good night, everybody.